Welcome to Sip and Talk with Vikram with another edition of Interview with People Who Matter. Today we have with us Kamal J. Gupta. He has done 20 years of various leadership roles in corporate world. He has also authored several books. So he's an interesting person and let us get to know from him what he has got to deliver to us today. Welcome to Sip and Talk with Vikram, Kamal J. Gupta.
Thank you, Vikram.
Today I am going to talk to you about your books as well as whatever you do in life. So, to begin with, see, the past 1 year has been a year of turmoil. It has changed the lives of so many people. I would like to just hit the nail bang on by asking you, how has it affected the working professionals?
Okay, I think Vikram, with the passage of time, this has become a very valid question at this moment of time. Being into this professional gamut of systems right now, like you, me, and the people like us, working professionals. I think in the history of the world, last 2 years, I think with our era of people have never seen such sort of a turmoil happening any time in their life, right? So these 2 years have actually created a havoc in lives of professionals, those who have been in the initial phases or those who are the veterans. You take and pick anybody, their lives have been totally tormented and disastrously changed, right? And I think there will be minuscule of 2 to 8% of the people who are doing as they were doing earlier. So one is that nobody has been left untouched without a salary pay cut. In most of the cases, in whatever companies you take, I won't
Yeah,
like to I won't like
yeah,
to
almost
name the
everyone, barring a few. Yeah.
yeah, I won't like to name the companies, but it's disastrous. And with the statistics, like when we talk about various newspapers, Hindu, Business Line, maybe whatever, you can pick any magazines, any newspaper, you see like 3 million jobs lost, 5 million jobs lost, and this cover all blue collar, white collar. It's a very uh, pathetic state which in where the people are, and people are not able to understand what's happening because it's nowhere their fault, as in what is happening due to the circumstances, nothing in their hands. People with all the knowledge, all the expertise, and they have just come to a situation where they wonder what to do. People all said with 10, 10, 20, 20, 15, 15 years of experience, and they one fine morning they have been given a pink slip saying that we are sorry, we cannot do, we have folded hands.
So, Kamal, as you rightly said, people got their pay cuts, but their expenses were not cut down. Expenses were probably more in one way or the other, be it medical expenses, be it, becoming digitally online. The people had to invest a lot into things, but at the same time, they were hit by a pay cut or even a job loss.
Right.
So, for those who have lost their jobs or taken a break, how can they bounce back?
See, there are few things where you need to segregate yourself. You need to make yourself presentable in terms of the hiring manager. Once he is hiring, a company is hiring, they have certain set options that they are looking out for. And with the advent of COVID, that entire scenario has changed. Now people are looking out for multitaskers. This has always been the case, but right now, only the survival of the fittest,
Yeah,
that term is right now the best fit is in this current system. So what is happening is anybody. So earlier used to happen was that if somebody, let's say 70% is up to mark, he was hired. Right now the situation has gone to 90-95%. So
yeah,
that
true.
20-25% of difference is huge now. So for example, you will find multiple people who are on an average position or an above average position, but right now companies are looking out for just that core cream. And for that, what happens is there are multiple things that impacts your getting hired. So first is you talk about is education, what the academic background that comes from. Then comes the experience and expertise, right? Now what happens is that in the current scenario, you think I meet at least 4 to 8 people daily who are freshers, who have done fresh MBAs or something like that. Now, you just tell me what is their fault. They have all big dreams. They spent lakhs of money in their MBAs or MCAs or BBAs, whatever they have done. Now, if that would have been the scenario 2 years back, they would have got a simple like 6 lakh, 8 lakh starting package. But right now, I have seen people like last 1 year, they are sitting idle with good institutes. Now, what they should do? Now, the problem is that they have academically, they have the skill, expertise they don't have because they are not never worked. This is one scenario. Then the second scenario comes is the mid-level and the veteran people. Now, these all people have the expertise, they have the academic skills, they have the expertise on the domain knowledge, everything. But what I found is that the issue coming is the employability skill they do not have. What happens is that when there is a when there is a state of flux, when everything is in a mess, then only thing that takes you above than the other candidate is how you present yourself. That is one. How you present yourself, then how you depict your expertise. Now, I have people who are like, for example, there is a person who has got 97% marks and one person who has got 67% marks, and this 67 person is getting selected and 97% person is getting rejected. So it's about the so I'm there might be different tactical things for a candidate, but how you present oneself. So that is what is important. And right from getting the resume built in the right format, right? So one is that people applying for the jobs, any job coming in, applying with a just a format taken for a resume and then applying for that. That is a big mistake people are doing. And then they say that there are no interview calls coming. See, interview, it's a two-way thing. How it communicates and how you communicate and what is the understanding. It's not about just speaking. It's about understanding the psychology, understanding those body maneuvering tactics. And then post the everything is done, then comes the salary part.
So you also written a book about career. Just tell us about your book. If you have it in your hand, you can show it to us also.
Yeah, surely. In fact, Vikram, I have written pen down like 4 books in my pen name, that is Camsego. And just as you shared, I just would be happy and eager to show this. This is my book by the name of Bounce Back.
Bounce back.
Yes, and this basically, incorporated and just seeded in my mind when this program which I was creating, career recovery program. Now, see, this book particularly talks about the blueprint for career recovery, job search, resume making, and interviewing. Now, see, my other books that talks about a lot of other issues, but this particularly, this book talks about the key market things that a person who is in need of job. So this book is a book that is at par with any need, any requirement. So it's not just about how to get a job, it's about how to get a life back on track. Because once a person is out of job, or I've seen people having pay cuts over 50%, I've seen people getting 40%, 60% pay cut. Can you imagine? Now, these people, their lives have derailed. Now, one person, 4 dependents, and their expenses are like boozing like anything, and they're not able to do anything. So now, this book particularly, it just not only talks about a resume building blueprint or a interview mechanism, but I also talk about there is one particular section in this book that talks about stress management thing.
Yeah, that's important.
Stress management. Now, see, it's not about the normal stress we are talking about. It's that intricate stress you cannot share with anybody. See, let's assume for a time somebody 20 years into the working space, right, has got and done everything in terms of achievement, have been at the peak, and now suddenly that person is out of job. His or her kids are maybe uh, college pass outs, yeah, and that person is out of job without any salary. Now, understand the kind of stress he cannot share with the family, he cannot
That's
share
true.
with the society. So what is happening is he is just boiling down inside, and that
And sometimes such a person is the single breadwinner in the family, so
yes.
it makes it even more difficult.
So that boiling point. And why I can relate to this is there is something that happened in year 2010. That was I came into this situation. So I started my career in year 2000. In 2010, there was something happened that is like my father got a disease by the name of motor neuron disease. So you might have heard of Stephen Hawking, the scientist.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the same disease, and that was the time when I have to quit my very set job where I was in. I have to come out for a job that gives me time to take care of him. That was the time, that 2 months, I did a lot of research and a lot of actionables where, because I was doing pretty good, but the working hours were more than 10 to 12 hours. That, but the situation I was in, I need to spend time with him. And so I did a lot of research, and then I got to know, and that is why I can understand where the stress comes from, what is the thing. So now when we talk about these people who are having this stress, nobody can understand. If you share also, the either people will make fun of it, or people will just pass by or forget it. If they don't make a fun of it, they will forget, because nobody is concerned other than your real family people. That's it.
I think it is a really beautiful concept because you are telling them how to manage yourself and how to handle their stress and how to handle their finances. So I think it is a very holistic view, not only just how to find a job, but also how to manage yourself, how to manage your home, how to curtail your expenses without hurting your standard of living. I think it's totally awesome. Now you see, we are talking so much about job loss and getting back and bounce back, and here I feel that people do not just work for the company but for the leader. So what is the role of the leader to hold their teams and to nurture them?
Vikram, see, leadership, it's a very tough word when we take it in an intrinsic manner. Otherwise, it's a very simple word. Everybody in this space of corporate world is a leader right now. But to find a true leader, now this reminds me of a thing that I have written in my book. Well, I have also written a book on leadership. I'd like to share
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. Please show that. Yeah.
Okay, just a second. So this book is something, Vikram, that has basically created a havoc in the leadership market. Actually, now this book is by the name of Leaders Corner, and we talk about here is that wherever you are, learn to make big in your life. So now this basically, I was just talking about that thing where I was telling you that there are a lot of leaders in the market out who basically are to present themselves as a lion in the sheep's dressing. You know, that is where this book talks about how to manage those people,
The
how
hypocrisy of the leaders. Yeah.
hypocrisy of the
They
leader.
try to show something else, but they are actually something else.
Yes. So the hypocrisy of the leaders. Now that basically defines and differentiates between a leader and a normal manager. Now everybody knows that there is a difference between a leader and a manager, right? But leadership is one trait that is, if cultivated, can be cultivated, and there are there are multiple quotes. There are lovely quotes. Maybe if you allow me, I may read out one or two quotes for
Yeah,
you.
yeah. Most
For your
welcome.
audience.
Most welcome. Yeah.
Just a second. I need to. So basically, this book talks about, there are 11 chapters and there are 11 quotes for that. So every chapter there is a quote. So maybe I'll read out. Just let me. Now see, this is the chapter one quote. I'll leave it. I'll start with chapter two right now. It has came now. So now chapter two, I'll read out the quote is: "Stones and dust posthumously clear the sky. Problems and challenges posthumously make life clearer." Now you understand that once the storms and dust they settle down, things get settled. Same is with problem and challenges. Once they settle down, your life becomes clear.
You emerge stronger, you emerge more intelligent and learn it with experiences.
Yes. So this talks about leadership in one more quote. I'll just see what now these are like running by keep sowing, keep growing. This is for a leader to understand. That's very important. And one more last I'll pick up for it. So now this has come. So this is from chapter 4. Birds fly in the sky and rest in the nest. Birds fly in the sky and rest in the nest. Leaders try in life and win the test. So these are few of the things. There are many such quotes that basically are thought provoking in terms of
True.
anybody who wants to become a leader. And in fact, this book has been winning hearts, especially in the region of US, UK, Canada, and India itself. So this it's one of the best sellers in UK, US, and Canada itself.
So, Kamal, in this time when there are work from home, there are a lot of inbound compulsions, and people are at home. And again, the work times at on one hand, the work times are not limited; they are encroaching into your personal life. At the same time, people are acquiring a huge addiction to social media consumption. New avenues of social media is opening up and people are trying to consume all of that. I have seen people spending hours on it because they are at home. They feel they are at the liberty and leisure to do that. And that becomes a very addictive at times. Yeah, it is time wasting also at sometimes. Sometimes it is a learning and essential, but sometimes it becomes very addictive. So you have also written a book about social media addiction and how to make use of social media. So I'd like to hear from you about this.
This is a very delicate issue, Vikram, right now, because we are in a cusp basically, in a cusp where you cannot live without it, and once you live without it, it's basically taking and pulling you down. Now I have seen so many parents, so many kids, they are just glued to this, what I should say, this Facebook and the WhatsApp and the Insta world, with their time flying like anything. Means you, why to talk about kids? Consider me or you, whosoever you take, YouTube. Uh, I remember one Sunday, that I planned to have a leisure Sunday, That day, somehow, I don't know what I clicked and where I went. 11 o'clock I started and it was 2:30 till I started to have my lunch, Around 3 to 4 hours I was, lost, and then I thought what I have done. Well, that was the time, although I have been doing okay in terms of the time management aspect. I have written a book on time management, but still, post so much of discipline, so much of vigor, I was not able to concentrate on what I was thinking about, right? So that day I thought, and I just thought about the stories, the observant stories that I've went through in the past 2 years in my life that actually has impacted my thought as a originator from the perspective of the online world. And that was the time which when we talking about this book, I penned down a book by the name of I Am Online. So this is a beautiful book, and this basically is a short story book where there are 15 short stories that are all real life stories. Mark my word, Vikram, these are real life stories.
Okay, okay, interesting, interesting.
And these all real life stories have been part of my life. It's just that to give it a flavor, I have just added on a bit to it, that books, that stories, but you know that each story has an element that a human quotient behind it. So the basically the thought process is how the technology, the human quotient, and the WhatsApp and the online world is basically changing the thought process, and how we can overcome these addiction levels. So I'll just would like to, so see, for the audience purpose, can you check this cover page? the book cover page. So this basically is intentionally kept to be as a medicine. You see, this is something where we talk about Twitter, Insta, Facebook, all these are creating a nuisance in our lives, though they are helping us a lot. But rather than helping, they are also creating a nuisance, the paucity of time. Now, this book talks about all those things, how to come out of that, come out of those issues. That is something which is very important. And this book basically is advised to children as well, because it has been written in such a manner that every from the age band of maybe 10 years to people like 60, 70 years. I get so much of reviews from people from 65 to 70 years of age band, because there are lovely stories about the parenthood and the childhood, and these are very lovely stories. I can just say that. And these are all, short stories where you can, within a span of, let's say, 10-15 minutes, breeze to one story.
So, viewers, I hope you are enjoying this scintillating conversation with Kamal Gupta. And those who are watching us for the first time, please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to stay notified. If you have any questions to Kamal, please feel free to write them down in the comment box below. Kamal will answer to you directly. So, Kamal, you have also talked about time management, how to manage time and how to make best use of it. See, everybody has these 24 hours in the day. That is one thing that nature has given us all similar, rich or poor, learned or uneducated. Everybody has these 24 hours, which is also like wealth. How you spend it. And you've also written a book on time management, as you said. So tell us how to, I mean, in a nutshell, how can one manage their time? How can they make best use of it?
Vikram, in one word, I would say stop killing time and one can manage it. So it's a one liner, but all said and done, this one line, an entire life passes away, but person cannot hold that time. And that, it's very, very truly said that time once gone is gone. You cannot get that time back. And from a king to pauper, it's a well-known adage. Like from a king to pauper, everybody has got 24 hours. How one manages that depends on the stature of the person. And that is where the key elements of learning, the key elements of time management, the key elements of routine, focus, concentration, all these are interlinked. These are all traits of this all hovers around the self-discipline aspect. And this self-discipline aspect is basically related to the growth of an individual. So there are so many techniques out there with so much of impetus behind these things, right? So it's important to understand those nitty-gritties. It's important to understand how to get this time management thing sync with our needs. Now there are two things. One is identification of the gap, where basically the time is leaking down. These are the leakers basically. So once a person identifies where this time goes, then is to replace that time with the right things and activities. That is the only way to get the maximum efficiency out of those 24 hours. And I think everybody and each and everybody should be vigilant of how they are spending every single minute of their day, because that is going to define where they are going to lead up. You can spend 2 hours watching a TV, or you can spend 2 hours playing, or you can spend 2 hours eating, or you can spend 2 hours doing a PhD. It's up to you. It's up to an individual. But every activity has a repercussion. Now, consider, let's say, a young one who is watching TV, right? Fine, 30 minutes, 20 minutes is fine. But if that's overboard, let's say 40 minutes, 50 minutes, 2 hours now. What happens is that the next phase impacts is that if he's watching 2 hours of TV, then he's not going to have that quotient of academic strength and mindset where he can flourish in the world. Then what happens is the next stage comes in when he goes into a higher education thing. So he will be substituting that 2 hours with something else, with roaming around or something else. So this basically deteriorates the quality of thought process. And that is where I say that the book which I have written, and it's been, I must say, it's been one of the best takers on Amazon. And the title is, Make Your Time Right. That is something, which has been, actually, I have received so many reviews, and anybody wants, they can have a review look on the Amazon itself. People talk about that this one book has changed their thought process. The stories, the incidences, and the practical approach activities that have been mentioned in the book, people have been able to safeguard 23 hours of their day. I have received such reviews. So it's all about the activities and all about the will that you take along to do something. So I would like to say to your audience, especially because they are watching this channel. So I would like to, uh, first of all, give you a thumbs up for running this show, because you know I have been viewing your videos, and these are so informative. So, if I may sum up, these are so informative, and people who actually see that, so they will learn so many things, because all people who have been veterans in their field, everybody, every human being, or every person who has grew in life, they had certain key secrets. They have certain, and these are not something they have, got by God's grace. They have all inculcated, they have all learned, and these are those learnings, those key nuggets that you are showing on your channel. So now, just to replicate the things, for example, somebody watching TV for 30 minutes and watching Vikram show for 30 minutes. So in a span of 1 year, there will be a huge difference between the intelligent quotient of that person.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So that is where I define time management, spending time judiciously. And also, if you allow me, this is the book that I was talking about. Make your
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, make your time right.
so you know, and this talks about routine, time management. And one thing I missed about was financial independence. This
Hmm.
book talks about financial independence.
Okay.
It's very important. Having financial independence is like you and me sitting here and money getting minted in our banks. So that is something which talks about financial
Making
independence.
your money work for you. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
very,
good.
very correct. So, once a person goes through this book, he will be able to get and set his routine right, his timetable right. And it's not about one book, Vikram. It's about the life pattern which one follows. And books are something that basically make your mind attuned to successes. It's a well known thing. Like if you want to know the person's IQ level, just see to his library section. So I think that is something which is very important for a person to understand. And I think this is on the part of the time management question that you have asked.
So, yes, as Kamal has observed, and since you are also frequent visitors to my channel, you have all observed how much of edutainment we provide through this channel. It is education plus entertainment. We are bringing to you personalities through these interviews who each one has got their own lifetime of experience to share with you. And that is what we are here to learn about. So great learning from you also, Kamal. Thank you for being here. Now, I would like to also make an appeal to all of you viewers here is those who are watching me for the first time, please subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon to stay notified. And if you have any questions to ask, because you see, Kamal is providing a very holistic situation towards life. He's teaching you how to bounce back in life. He's teaching you how to manage your uh, inner self, your stress, your other thing, your personal well-being. He's teaching you how to manage your money, how to make your money work for you. He's teaching you how to make best use of your time. and he's also teaching you about the judicious use of social media. There's so much to learn from him. And if you want to get hold of Kamal's excellent books, the links to the books are also given in the description box below. Just go and grab them right away. And they are great learning assets to be with you. So, on that note, Kamal, it is my pleasure to host you on this show today. And thank you for sparing time and all and sharing that learning that you have of your lifetime. Uh, Thank you very much, Kamal. Namaste.
Well, Vikram, thank you so much, and hope your audience gets benefited through my bit of learning and my bit of teaching. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kamal.